Mr. Chairman, I would like to enter a small package into the record.
Objection.
Thank you very much. First, I would like to thank you and the committee for taking on this very daunting task of getting to the truth about really what goes on at USDA. I'd like to thank you for allowing me, President of the USDA Coalition of Minority Employees, to come and speak about the abuses, the intimidation, the racism and sexism that has been going on at USDA much longer than we expected. I was invited to the fairness hearing, and I said before Judge Freeman, I said this Pickford settlement is absent of accountability. There's nothing in this settlement that will promise farmers that they will not be discriminated in the future. I was right then, and I'm right now. Other senators have taken on this task, such as Senator Grassley, Senator Lugar, and Senator Harkin. This long struggle with USDA is a culture of racism, sexism, intimidation, and other abuses of an out-of-control agency their civil rights office is dysfunctional in processing the administration of individual complaints of employees as well as farmers. I come to you today after experiencing and being part of a tribunal with Congresswoman Jackson Lee. And during the 2 days, we heard riveting testimony from farmers, from employees, about the abuse that they have suffered at the hands of USDA. I'm sorry to say that John Boyd and many of us sitting at this table were elated when we found out that we finally got an Assistant Secretary for Civil Rights. I must say today to you that civil rights at USDA is worse now than it was when we first thought in 2003 that we had an Assistant Secretary that was going to do something about this problem. The Crat and Crit reports, one of the most scathing reports about an agency, and by the way, they investigated themselves under the Glickman administration. The Democrats did a fair job of getting to that. But if you take a look around, the first thing that this administration did with the new Assistant Secretary, their leadership, and I'm talking about leadership that is still there in the Department of Agriculture to this day, they made sure that the Crat and Crit reports were taken down from their website. You cannot find one Crat or Crit report in the office because we tried to get it, and we tried to also get them to adhere to the recommendations of that report. I'm sorry to say, Mr. Chairman, this department is out of control. And they expressed their zeal and their gall and their arrogance when they decided to boot out the Office of General Counsel, who came to investigate and audit some of the problems that we have been saying, John Boyd and many of us at this table, and other advocates and lawyers for farmers and employees for so many years, how dysfunctional that office is. And I think what happened was they found out through their own channel, the way I find out information, that they realized that the employees were equally as fed up as the advocates we are as well have been telling the Congress and many others. So they decided that they were going to shut down. And the Office of General Counsel at USDA, who will tell you years ago, under J. Michael Kelly, who's still there today, he'll tell you for years after we settled the Pickford case, there's been no discrimination against black farmers, and we've settled these cases at a tune of almost $1 billion. But this is the kind of leadership and interference by the Office of General Counsel that has a iron hole when it comes to processing. I've been sitting trying to resolve an individual complaint in the ADR stage. They take their their OGC attorneys to fight little people. So I know what they're doing when they're trying to fight farmers. The Assistant Secretary for Civil Rights today and yesterday have done a poor job and has been very disappointing. I think there are some things that you need to know. The Office of Civil Rights, they said that they were tracking the complaint systems, the complaints of employees and farmers. I've been telling USDA and the Office of Civil Rights, but they stopped talking to us because we weren't telling them what they wanted to know. But we've been telling the Office of the Secretary that the complaint system that they complain, that they tell you is working all right. The numbers don't jive.
Mr. Lucas, could you sum up?
Okay.
Yeah.
In summary, what I would like to see from this committee is to hopefully put together an advisory committee and put the USDA Office of Civil Rights in receivership and appoint a board of 5 people, one from the Agriculture Ag Committee, one from the House Ag Committee, and one from the Agriculture, one representing farmers, and one representing employees, because USDA cannot police itself. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your testimony.